Josh here. I'm super excited. So is the stock market gonna crash? All right. We're gonna talk about a lot of topics today: rental assistance, evictions. Is the stock market gonna crash? A lot more stuff. Cryptocurrency, of course. We're always gonna bring you the most best and most relevant news for all of you guys watching. And like last week and for a couple of weeks now, we have our guest here. He's always behind the camera, but now he's gonna be coming out here and there. And his name is Carlos. He's right there. Say hello, Carlos.
Hello, can you
Can you guys hear us? Do you see us? Everything good? How you guys doing? ¿Cómo están todos? Déjanos saber en el comentario. From where are you guys watching us? ¿De dónde nos ven? Where are you guys watching us right now? We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know where you're watching us from. Today's topics, like I said, we got talking about China, talking about rental assistance, evictions, about COVID-19 in the vaccine. When is this gonna end? And some previous workshops we just had. So I want to start off with China. And the stock market. Did you guys wake up on Monday and Tuesday and were a little bit scared? Did you wake up on Monday, Junior? You already knew, right? You were telling me about this.
Oh yeah, I was definitely scared because I was looking at the crypto and
Yeah, it was tanking. It's all because of this basically a real estate development company called Evergrande from China. And let me tell you some background about them. They've had 25 years.
you said grande like Starbucks.
Evergrande. Yep, Evergrande like Starbucks. I don't know why. This is a Chinese company. It sounds Spanish. It's interesting, right? Maybe they don't want to sound Chinese. But Evergrande, they had nearly $78 billion in revenue last year and hundreds of projects that they were working on. And for years, what this company would do, it was borrowed money and it would pre-sold apartments super aggressively amass a lot of land. They literally were buying properties here and there. Boom, 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 boom. We got the cash. Boom, boom, boom. Buying here and there. Pretty crazy. And along the way, they paid out billions of dollars in dividends to their shareholders, including an equivalent of $5 billion over the past 3 years to their founder. They paid their founder $5 billion in 3 years. Isn't that crazy? Now I don't know how they paid him. I don't know if it was through real estate, stocks, or what. Imagine someone told you you'll make $5 billion in 3 years. That's life changing. It's crazy. And so what happened? Why did the stock market? Why did you see maybe did you guys see your Roth IRA, your 401k dip a little this week? I hope you didn't pull out. I hope you bought the dip. But
That's exactly what I did.
guys, we're living in a new generation where buying the dip is normal. Buying the dip is what is like. You should not be fearful when others are fearful. You should be greedy when others are fearful. That's what Warren Buffett would always say. And be very, very fearful when everyone's super greedy. When everyone's saying, I'm buying this. That's when you got to, okay, what's happening here? Are the whales going to pull out? Meaning the big dogs? So this company basically had a lot of debt. They were over leveraged. They had way too much debt on their hands. And a lot of it they had to make payments on. And it was not resolved. So the whole market was going to get scared because this could have been just like the 2008 housing crisis, like with the Lehman Brothers, which they essentially caused the housing crisis, the market to crash, people to lose jobs, just a whole lot of terrible things happen, right? You would think we'd learn from that, but we didn't, obviously we haven't yet. But this could have become, if they would have defaulted, they didn't because China actually bailed them out. Look at that. Look at the engineering that they have in China. Why don't they have that type of stuff in LA? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? ¿Por qué no tienen cosas? Mira, esa es China. Mira que, look at how advanced they're building. Look at how, I guarantee you, I did a quick search of the image. I can't confirm, but I have a feeling that all those buildings that you see there, they're all buildings that were being made by Evergrande. Look at that. I don't know if that's a stadium or a mall, but wow, that is beautiful. Look at all those skyscrapers. Wow, that is really nice. And you got the ocean view and everything. So this company is a huge company. They have a lot of money. And here's the thing. If they would have defaulted, it would have been the biggest default in Asian history. So it's right next to Lehman Brothers. Crazy things that were happening. Evergrande, that's China. That's their president right there. So if you were interested to see why, not just the stock market, but crypto tank, huh, Junior?
Yes, crypto, well, pretty much all those stocks crashed a little bit, but I did see it in my portfolio. It did drop.
Yeah, no, yeah, then it dropped, and I saw it in mine, but I didn't pull out. I'm leaving it. I have a Roth IRA. I have some money invested into hint AMC.
You're an ape?
I'm an ape right now. I'm an ape. I know it's not financial advice. Definitely don't take that. But it's actually giving me the best return ever in my life. So I'm holding. Hopefully it shoots to the moon. Right?
Are you ever selling?
I'm definitely gonna sell eventually. I'm not gonna hold forever. I'm not, gonna hold for until I die. I'm gonna sell. I have to. But if I can hold through to 1 year, that I would lose. I would not lose. I would pay less in taxes because when you hold investments over a year, this is a little bonus tip. You don't have to pay as much capital gains taxes because this is a long-term capital gains, not a short-term. So a little bonus tip: if you're investing, if you could hold, you will pay a lot less in taxes. Okay. Now into the next topic, in regards to rental assistance. So what's happening, man? It's some crazy stuff happening. You see that right there? That is 100% of your rent and utilities can be paid right now. Call that number. They are in English, Tagalog, Spanish, you name it, Korean, every language. If you're in LA, I mean, this is not just for LA, but like there's a lot of different programs depending where you live. But there's a huge amount, billions of dollars of rental assistance. Let me give you guys some stats and let me know what you think about this, Junior. But there is around 176,000 renters that have already qualified and received federal aid for rental assistance back in from June to now. Statistics from the government, from the Center on Budget and Policy, have made an estimate that there's still 11.5 million people in the U.S., nowhere else, that are not current or they're behind on their rents, on their housing. We haven't even scratched the surface. And guess what, guys? Evictions bans is going to end in 2 weeks, September 30th. What's going to happen? That's why right now it's not a good time to buy houses, buy cars, none of that. If anything, hold on to your money. Get ready for the next move. I don't know. What do you think about that, Junior? Isn't that crazy, those numbers?
Well, you were telling me before the show start que iba a ver the eviction moratorium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When is that going to happen?
So with the eviction moratorium, eviction ban, so ahorita lo que está pasando es el gobierno dijo que no vamos a hacer evicciones hasta septiembre 30, ya pueden hacerlos, okay? So eviction ban is basically means that the government is saying like, okay, we're not going to allow evictions yet. We're waiting until September 30th. After that, I mean, they keep pushing it. Legally, the administration, the president's administration is doing their best to fight it, but legally they're actually doing something illegal. That's what the Supreme Court has ruled against it. You can't be doing this, you know? But obviously, we're in a pandemic, so we don't know what's going to happen. But guys, there's money. Obviously, you have to be approved. I can't be like, oh, you know, I made the most money this year. I didn't pay any rent, anything. No, no, no. It's people that need, that actually need it, which I'm hopefully they're doing their due diligence. But we saw that with unemployment that not enough due diligence was done. A lot of people scammed unemployment and made more money than ever before because they earned cash plus unemployment and they were actually never fired from the job. Pretty crazy. That's a whole other topic, but why has it been so slow? People are blaming the Democrats, people are blaming the Republicans, people are blaming pointing fingers everywhere. But to be honest, it's just really I think the real reason is because a lot of people don't know. Did you guys know? ¿Sabían que hay asistencia para poder pagar su renta? El año pasado ayudamos, esto es diferente, no es del gobierno, pero ayudamos más de $30,000 a, no sé, como a 20 familias para pagar su renta. We did that ourselves as a nonprofit, right? That was crazy. That's a blessing. Now, this year, I don't know how much people need it. The government is giving you free money. That it's free money. It's not money you got to pay back. Don't be scared of public charge for anyone that does not have documents. It's not going to affect you. And if you're scared about that, call them and ask them. You know, I know people are saying cancel rent. It technically can be canceled if you just take advantage of the rental assistance. You don't have to pay it back. It's assistance. It's free. And here's a very important key that if you're watching, people that don't do taxes, guys, do your taxes. If you don't do your taxes, you don't qualify for programs like this. You don't qualify for stimulus checks. You didn't qualify for the PPP. You didn't qualify for a child tax credit. You literally didn't qualify for thousands of dollars if you haven't done your taxes. If you have a business and you're not doing your taxes, do your taxes. If you're self-employed and don't do your taxes, do them. Don't be like, oh, it's because I make less money. That's very poor thinking. Do you always want to be your own person, or do you want to have a company? Do you see yourself having a multi-million-dollar business? It's definitely possible. But in order to do that, you got to do everything legally. Do your taxes, do your paperwork, do your document, set up your business license. So important. You qualify for programs like this. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen if people don't take advantage and the eviction comes and it's 2 weeks, September 30th? Less than 2 weeks.
Well, I think what's gonna happen. Hopefully, let me know if the audio sounds good. I feel like there's a little delay, but this is human. People aren't gonna react until it happens.
Yeah. No, yeah. Definitely. They're not gonna. Yeah. Don't worry. He's gonna be behind the camera. He's helping us out. But now onto the last topic, which is super interesting. We're talking about the Moderna CEO when he thinks the vaccine, not the vaccine, when he thinks. Oh, actually, before that, here's some stats about LA. So as of August 24th, 159 applications were received. Over close to 1.3 million dollars have been given out, have been requested, and out of those 1.3 million, only 374 was paid out. So 30,000 homes right here in California have been giving what's it called, the rental assistance. So that's a lot of people, but still, that's nothing. That's just barely the surface of how many people really need it. Now, when do you guys think? ¿Cuándo piensa que el COVID-19 se va a terminar y nunca vamos a hablar de esto? No creo que nunca vamos a hablar, siempre vamos a hablar de esto. Va a estar en los libros de historia y todo eso, pero ¿cuándo se va a normalizar todo? ¿Cuándo piensan? ¿Un mes, 2 meses, un año, 2 años? ¿Qué piensan? What do you guys think the COVID-19 is going to end? It's going to be, boom, we're not going to really be talking about it as much. Well, here's what the Moderna CEO had to say. The CEO thinks that this could be over in a year. And the reason is this. I'm gonna break it down for you. But before I break down why he thinks it's gonna be in a year, let me talk a little bit about the CEO of Moderna, the company itself. So Moderna was a company that right now is a company right now. Guess how much money, cash, not stocks, not assets, but cash. They have right now. They have $15 billion in cash as of August. Why? The government open check. They don't really care how much all that. You know how you guys say that the vaccine is free? It is, but it's not free for the government. The government's paying. Who are they paying? They're paying Pfizer. They're paying Moderna, Johnson and Johnson. Moderna cashed in. For Moderna, they want COVID-19 to last 20 years probably, because that means they're gonna be 20 years of $18 billion a year basically. They made, excuse me, $18 billion in 1 year. Imagine. That's just Moderna. Now look back at Pfizer. Think about Pfizer. I think Pfizer's like at 20 billion or 22 billion because they've done a little bit more vaccines, and they're the one that got approved first. Billion. All right. Now, if you would have invested into their stock back in 2019, it was worth roughly $20. Let's just say you put, I don't know, $5,000. Okay. Right now it's worth $450 roughly. Your $5,000 today would be worth roughly $112,000. You would have made basically over $100,000 in 1 year. That's why we're seeing that this last year has been the biggest transfer of wealth, and it's not old people to old people. It's old people. It's not the way. Basically, what I'm trying to say is a lot of younger people, millennials and Gen Z, that have been becoming millionaires and billionaires from the stock market, from crypto, and these are the future millionaires and billionaires. And I don't know, maybe one day we'll have a trillionaire. I don't know, who knows? But it's just so interesting to see this. And if the COVID-19 lasts another year, $15 billion, they're gonna make a lot more than that. They in the U.S. we've given out 182.4 million people have gotten vaccinated. So imagine if everyone in the U.S. has fully vaccinated, how much money this company is going to make. Because as of right now, roughly 55% of people in the U.S. have fully vaccinated. Imagine the full U.S. How much money they're going to make. $50 billion in cash? 60? Crazy. And then after that, how about when we send these vaccines to other countries? Because we pay for it. Crazy, crazy. I don't know. Maybe it might be too late. Might not. Do your research. I'm not saying buy the stock, but all I'm gonna say is it was at $20, and I had friends that invested it. I wasn't too much into investing in stocks. I was more in the long term, but I was like, I wasn't really thinking about these plays. These like the trend that's going on right now. This if vaccines are gonna be necessary because of the pandemic. Let me go buy Moderna. Let me go buy Pfizer, or let me go buy Johnson and Johnson. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that, and I regret it because I missed out on a lot of money it could be made, but I did learn a lot. And stuff like this happens every 5-10 years. Every year there's a company that explodes like that. You just got to do your research. You got to understand, learn the technical and fundamental analysis, technical analysis of the companies. Research them. If they're profitable, why not? Moderna's $18 billion profitable cash. Obviously, that was an obvious stock to buy. But and just to wrap up today. It's been a lot of different topics. We just had a workshop on credit. This is important too. Even though making money is number one priority, fixing your income, saving and debt, next thing should be is credit. How's your credit like? Because if you have good credit, that can save you thousands on loans and homes and cars and small business loans, etc. Establishing good credit will save you. Si ustedes pueden establecer un crédito muy bueno, les va a ayudar muchísimo para agarrar intereses bien bajos. Va a agarrar préstamos con un interés bien bajos en su casa, en su carro, préstamos de negocio. Si quieren aprender más, tenemos un taller en español. This is a Spanish workshop. We just did it. It was earlier today, a las 6. So, encuéntranos en nuestra página de Facebook. Ahí va a poder encontrar el taller. Está completamente en español y lo estamos haciendo por el Spanish Heritage Month. So, cada semana vamos a hacer un taller de diferentes topics, ¿ok? ¿Están interesados? Vean el workshop. Es gratis, no estamos cobrando nada y es pasos para comprender y establecer créditos. O cómo entender qué es crédito y cómo puedo establecer mi crédito, ¿ok? Bien, bien importante. La otra taller que apenas tuvimos is sobre el child tax credit. So the last workshop we on Monday that we had was in regards to the child tax credit. Watch it. If you have a child and you have dependents and you haven't got your payments or you don't understand this, watch it. Si usted no entiende qué es esto del child tax credit, estoy recibiendo dinero, me van a cobrar, voy a tener que pagar los taxes o qué es esto. Ven el video para que ustedes puedan entender qué es, cómo aplicar, qué es esto del child tax credit. Y hay mucha gente que califica, déjenme decirles, es más de $3,000 por hijo que califican por esta asistencia del gobierno gratis. No tienen que pagarlo ni nada y no lo están usando. Imagínense si tiene como 3 4 niños. 12 $15,000 que se está perdiendo solo por no no solo por no saber, ¿ok? Bien importante. Poder es saber, right? The power, knowledge is power, right? Very powerful. That's what Avance Latino. You see that right here? Avance Latino, right? That's what we do here. Es lo que hacemos aquí en Avance Latino. Los conectamos con los recursos y para que ustedes puedan estar empoderados. You guys can be empowered. And I think that's it. That's it. This Sunday we had a biking event. It was really fun. It was really great. We had a small accident. Our CEO, yeah, he fell, but he's good. He's good. He's all good. He's a young, healthy man. So he recovered in a day, right? So it was all good there. It was a great time. Y los vamos a ver para la próxima. La próxima semana nos vemos. We'll see you guys next week. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.